Welcome back, Cyclone fans. On this edition of Cyclone Alley, we will get an update on the men's lacrosse season thus far. When you last saw the Cyclones, they were 1-0 with a win against Alvernia. Now the Cyclones sit at 3-2 on the season. After beating Alvernia, the Cyclones won their next game against SUNY Maritime in an overtime thriller. During the game, senior midfielder Joey DiBiase scored a career-high 8 goals, including the overtime game winner, and senior goalie Kevin Schweitzer made 21 saves to keep the Clones on the Privateers' heels. After the Maritime game, the Cyclones would go on to fall against their next two opponents, the Mules of Muhlenberg and then the Ospreys of Richard Stockton, handing them a 2-game losing streak, both very tough losses for the program. However, the Cyclones would bounce back with their game against Delaware Valley. Centenary's junior attackman, number 7, Michael Balsamo, surprised everyone when he netted 4 goals, along with junior midfielder number 27, Nolan Gottschall's 4 points, including 2 goals and 2 assists. Both helped launch the Cyclones to a 12-4 victory over Delaware Valley. Between the pipes, senior goalie number 10, Kevin Schweitzer, was a brick wall, accumulating 19 saves and only allowing 4 goals on 23 shots. The Cyclones hope to start another winning streak with their next game, Saturday, March 19th at 1 p.m. against Mount St. Mary College. Be sure to tune in and watch live. Hi, I'm Chris Snow. I'm here with Sophomore Captain James Iwanicki. So, Jamie, you were elected captain during the fall. Why do you think your players and coaches named you captain?
Well, I think it's a combination of things. I like to think of myself as a hard worker and someone who's very passionate about the sport. I think every day I try to come in with a mental attitude that I'm gonna try to do the best I can.
So you guys started off with a win against Alvernia and then had an overtime victory against Maritime. Tell me a little about how the team pulled away with the victory and what were the contributing factors.
I think against Maritime, we stuck together. There was a lot of situations where we were down or up, and a lot of score changes and lead changes, and I think we stuck together and we, stayed as a group and, stayed strong.
So after your win against Maritime, you guys lost 2 straight games against Muhlenberg and Stockton. What do you think happened? Was it the coaches? Was it the players? In your mind, what was wrong?
Well, I think, not to say that we had a bad week of preparation, but I think, when you get losing, it's a mentality thing. And I think that we just needed to re-teach ourselves how to win. I think a lot of the situations when you get in a losing streak, it's almost a habit. Fortunately, we were able to break that, but I think it came down to coaching and listening to our coaching, and I think we were able to do that, and that's how we were able to bounce back.
So when you're talking about your bounce back, you said that your coaches and your players kind of all came together and kind of made that happen. So what actually do you think made you guys take that step forward?
I think it boiled down to practice and our attitude when we went into practice. Like I had said before, not to say that we had a bad week leading up to Stockton and Muhlenberg, but I think coming in against Del Val, we were just very, into practice, and we were very determined to come out with a win. And it started there. We had 2 or 3 days where we were having very physical practices, and we kind of, had a good week.
So do you think the addition of sophomore defenseman and LSM Spencer Stahoyak contributed to the change in play and the attitude of the team?
Absolutely. I think, Spence is not only a great player, but a great leader and very vocal and a great communicator. I think he brings a lot to the table, and with a recent move as to make him a captain, I think it's helped us a lot.
So overall, you guys went from a 2-game winning streak down to a 2-game losing streak, and now you're up again with a 1-game winning streak. The rise and fall there, do you think that you guys are going to fall again, or do you think it's just going to be a complete rise?
Well, I think the biggest thing is just staying, 1 game at a time. I think when you start looking too far ahead or start thinking about the past, I think that's when you kind of screw with yourself. So I think it's a matter of just taking it day by day practice by practice, game by game, and just trying to, take it one day at a time and not think too much about anything else and just stay focused.
All right, just to wrap it up here, you guys have a game against Mount St. Mary on Saturday. What are your thoughts going into the game?
We certainly need a great practice tomorrow. We have a very good defensive game plan that we hope to execute well. But I think it all starts with tomorrow and, again, our mental preparation. I think that's everything. So.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Jamie.
Yep.